Jackie, why? And Jord. My two favorite characters in Star Wars with names beginning with a J. Hello, this is SquishiVision. Hello, this is SquishiVision. Alexa, volume 0. Forgot to mute, I think. Should we start again? Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. We're going to react to Star Wars The Acolyte episode 5. I'm not quite sure how many actually. I should probably check that. Out of 8. So there's 3 more episodes of this, and we've only just got going. Crazy, right? So yeah, I've just finished watching Night. God, was that a tragically dark episode. I mean, that's pretty much how you do a character death. You kill off all the unnamed extras in either off screen or in pretty short order. Have the 2 named characters live long enough that you work out they'll probably survive the episode. Give Jord a leg injury that he just survives. And then later on when he gets back into the fight, he does this inventive strategy of using the mask to disarm the other person. So with that weapon, he must be perfectly fine. No. He pretty snaps the guy's neck. In Star Wars, someone's neck gets snapped in Star Wars. I mean, Janky gets killed before actually, with 3 stabs to the chest. Heart to lungs. You're not coming back from that. Like, they're dead, presumably. Unless there's gonna be some necromancy, which I mean isn't outside the realms of Star Wars, but I don't really see it happening here. Like whatever, I've got some negatives to say about this episode, but honestly, the fight sequence was tense. I mean, it was it's actually kind of nice to have an episode where most of it is combat and most of it is action, rather than being a short piece. Like that was a good 20 minutes of combat. It says a lot that Saul, alone of a Jedi, was reliably able to like survive on his own against the Acolyte, not the Acolyte, the Quinn. What's the name? Kimir? Yeah, Kimir. Like, he was able to survive against Kimir. Kimir? He was able to survive against Kimir. Kimir? I can't say her name. He was able to survive against Kimir for a good, like, well, on his own he was almost 5 for well. I don't think I think there was actually maybe one point where he was perhaps beaten. But other than that, he was surviving. Which also begs the question of where Saul was the entire time he was taking down all the other Jedi. Because Saul wasn't part of that fight. Very unclear. He pops up just to protect Osha. Which is pretty much standard Saul. And I like the Janky versus May fight. That was really good. I like that it was mostly hand-to-hand combat. 2 Force users fighting without a weapon, but there was some kind of weapon play. That was nice, but it was mostly hand-to-hand combat. I do like that. Janky's such a good character, such a wholesome character, and so brave. She was so brave. I can't believe they killed her. And it was cold because Camilla was like, "Oh, is that what its name was?" And then like, dude, What is your problem? Why are you so cold? The choreography was really tense. There was some nice kind of like sword play. Obviously, it's all like flashy and stuff, but it was good flashy. I think the dark kind of atmosphere helped with that. They still had a horror element of Kamiya and whatever Kamiya's deal is. Alexa, turn off lights. Not that it affects the green screen at all, but just turn it off. So they revealed that the person in the mask is Kamiya was perhaps like the prime suspect that everyone had. So it's not much of a reveal. So perhaps it's good that it got revealed 2 episodes after we first met Kamiya, rather than 2-3 episodes, rather than getting drawn out longer. I don't think it was massively played for like a big reveal. I think they expected most people to guess it. The mystery is now is who actually is Kamiya, because he's not just some random smuggler. And he was like to Saul, "Don't you recognize me?" And Saul was like, "I'm something familiar about you." But even when he saw his face, he didn't know who he was. But George knew who he was, and now George's dead, so we're not gonna know that. And Kamiya was like, I've got to make sure you all die because the Jedi can't know I exist, and he almost does it. Does beg the question though. So what actually is Kamiya? Because there's been a lot of discourse about Kamiya being a Sith or not, and people are people are like, well, he can't be a Sith because the Jedi didn't know the Sith existed in the Phantom Menace. People are like, well, it doesn't matter because the Jedi were wrong in the Phantom Menace. They were always purposefully ignorant and in big denial. And that really missed the whole bigger argument that was no one actually mentioned Sith in the show whatsoever. There are plenty of Dark Force users without bringing the Sith. At this point, Kamiya kind of identifies as Sith, but also not really. He's kind of like, well, if you had to put a label on me, I would be Sith. Which kind of implies that he doesn't actually believe he's Sith. So it's still up in the air. Not that, the detractors are going to latch onto that line and be like, haha, we were right all along. Well, technically you weren't. Also, this very much is the kind of thing that the Jedi will be like, nah, they weren't the real Sith. And, there's still a denial element. I bet Kiadi Mundi's going to come on next week and be as I said to Cameron, he's going to say, you're right, Cameron, he's going to say it right to you. But I think as reveals go, that wasn't particularly surprising. But then, there's a whole horseshoe thing about predictions where you think something is so obvious can't possibly be the case. When it is the case, it still ends up being surprising because you're like, well, it couldn't possibly be that. Oh no, it actually is that. Which happens a lot in like, I think about what happened with Sutek in Doctor Who. Spoilers for last week's episode of Doctor Who, where people are like, oh, it couldn't have week before, but like it couldn't possibly be Sutek because that's too obvious now, and being Sutek, it was still kind of surprising. So. I don't think we got really a huge amount given this episode, like narratively. Bit confused on what May's deal is. People were complaining last week. I saw that May flip flopped too early, too quickly. Like she was all in this big, like quest for revenge. And now she's perfectly cool with everything. And I never really got the implication that that was what happened. It seemed more like May's entire motivation was revenge for her dead sister, and now that she realizes her dead sister isn't actually dead, the motivation's obviously gonna go, and she's like, you know what? Actually, I'm not actually into all this killing because there's no reason for me to do now. I just want to connect with my sister, and rather than drawing that confusion out for a bunch of episodes, we can. And to be fair, guillotining that plot and going to the next stage of it sooner means I have no idea what these characters are gonna do. So I actually was all for it. This is kind of backtracked on it now because for some unbeknownst reason, the second that this guy turns up, she's back to trying to kill Jedi. It's unclear. She seems like she was trying to fight to kill Genki, which is really going to put her whole I want to surrender plan down the drain. Sorry, I shouldn't eat while I'm streaming. I'm not about to mention Genki. Wait, I'm trying to surrender. Wait, I'm not actually trying to kill. I didn't kill Carl Packer, whatever his name is. she was full on like trying to stab Genki and pull knives and stuff. So I'm a bit in shock. Like I was, and I don't know, it wasn't the fact she was like, oh, well, now he's here, I have to escape. I mean, maybe it was that, but then when she gets, when he gets dragged away by those big scary moth things, she stuns Saul, and I guess she tries to connect. Actually, it still kind of works. I think there's a way where it works. She still tries to connect with Osha. Osha rejects her completely, and that's probably enough. That seems to be enough for May to be like, well, screw you then, I guess. And then she still seems to be the judge of evil. And now she's disguised herself, Pauper and the King style, with Osha, and see what happens next. Whether or not her plan is to kill Saul or not. Whereas now, Kamiya has got Osha and seems fascinated and stuff. So, but Basil, our furry little friend, he probably knows the difference between the two. So I just hope they don't draw out this too long. Again, it's like the show's been really good at like kind of subverting expectations of like the mystery, and I feel like if we got a long dramatic irony prolonged segment where we're like, well, we know that's not Osha, we know that's May, but no one else knows, and there's always conflict and it gets drawn for a long time, it's just gonna frustrate me, but we'll see how it goes. I hope I send some people back for their bodies. I feel really sad that like Genki and George's corpses are just lying disposed of in the forest for like animals to eat on and stuff. It's very sad. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't expect. People were predicting that they were going to end up killing all of these Jedi, and I was like, well, they're probably not going to end up doing that. And I don't think there's any need to, because this person's not. Oh my god, they actually kill nearly all of the Jedi except Saul, who is the one survivor. Like, oh, they're such good characters. Jordan, Genki were just individually such good characters too. Like, these are the characters I want spin-offs over. Not, I mean, Andor now I do, because Andor was a good show. But fair, Andor wasn't really even the central character of Andor. Not to detract from like Diego Lewis, what's his name? Diego Luna, rather, or anything, but these characters have like interesting dynamics. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my burger. Thanks for tuning in. Next thing to react to will be Doctor Who. The 1st of July is Star Trek Prodigy. Possibly all the episodes. I don't know how I'm gonna react to that. Probably just watch it and then do a season react, I guess, or maybe I'll watch it like half of the episode time. I don't know. Anyway, I'm feeling bizarrely dizzy right now, so I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in a few days' time. Bye bye.